I tell you what, because
What else can you say about sneakers?
what else could I say about sneakers? Well, I could tell you this,
Yeah.
that I feel like Vans for some reason and Chuck Taylors, those shoes on chicks, it's like probably hands down one of the hottest pair of shoes. But like sneakers, like the ones you're wearing right now,
Yeah.
that's a popular favorite in the FFC world as well, right there.
FFC, I've never heard it abbreviated like that before.
Yeah. Well, like when it comes to like the podcast and social media, you almost have to like have acronyms for everything because you don't want to get, flagged, and you don't want to be in the bad boys club or the bad girls club.
Oh, we're constantly trying to stay out of the bad boys club, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, all right, so like even on like Twitter, where I came across you, Twitter, they have their set of rules too, and there's certain things that you can't post. I don't know if you started getting like warnings on your tweets, and
No,
you haven't.
I've been a very safe girl. I avoided hashtags. I don't know. I've been like shadow banned. That's happened, but
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've
Oh,
I've
a lot of
been
shadow banning for sure.
that sucks. That really sucks when none of your content is getting seen and like or you can't talk to people or your DMs get closed. Like that really sucks. But thankfully I haven't like got any like danger warning messages like stop
Hmm.
what you're doing. Thankfully that has not happened. I'm very, very lucky on that one.
Yeah, and hopefully it never does happen, and maybe it won't, because like your pictures and whatnot that you post on Twitter, none of them are like overly
Not
explicit or nothing like
scandalous. Yeah.
nothing scandalous or anything to that matter. So
It's
it's
enough
it's
to like create the fantasy, which I think is like the best part of it because I like love findom and all that stuff, and I'm like highly into that. So like the factor of putting the two together is perfect. I love it.
I think the fantasy is like most definitely the best part about it all. And, to kind of like indulge in the fantasy, it like just takes you away from whatever the reality may be. And I think a lot of times the guys that are into that, the reason why they want to get out of the reality is because their reality is probably way different than what they imagine it to be. And then they come
For
across
sure.
Goddess Bunny.
Oh shit, my world has changed. Who is this girl? That's
They're
how
like,
most people react when they meet me.
yeah, well, you got that bubbly personality, and a lot of
I'm a
times
Leo.
that could brighten people's day right there.
Oh, well, listen, brightening people's day is like huge for me. I love making people happy. That's just a part of me. Anyone who knows me will say that I'm like the happiest, most outgoing, like creative, excited person. And yeah, I love doing stuff like this. So I'm having a lot of fun doing it, honestly.
No, that's amazing, and I think that that's what a lot of creators find when they start diving into this world, is that it's so fun, and then you realize like, oh, this is something that I've been missing in my life, because at a certain point,
100%.
yeah, like don't you get bored with everything that you were doing before now?
Oh my God. I literally quit my job. I was so bored of my life. And I discovered like, oh, guys like my feet, I can make some fucking money and like go a long way, make a business out of this. And I just saw it as a career path and I was like, I am not making enough money what I'm doing. Like I loved my job. It was great. I went to school for it. I had a college degree, but I was like, nah, this is just too mundane, too the same every day. I want to get up every day. I want to not know what's going to happen in my life. I want to do crazy shit. I want to travel. I want to like obsess over fashion. I want to like spend time doing the things that I've always wanted to do, aka travel. I really want to travel and just enjoy and have fun. And I think that a lot of people are like down to see that for me. So I think that that's super fun.
Where would you like to travel?
I'm actually heading to Atlanta
Oh,
in October in like 30 days. I'm so excited. I actually cannot wait. I'm going to Pride. So if anyone's going to Pride, hit me up. We can hang out.
shout out to Pride! Shout out to Pride!
Shout out
Yeah,
to Pride.
I'm pretty sure Atlanta in Georgia. So Atlanta, Georgia is more than likely like the capital of the Pride world, from what I understand at the moment.
Yeah, from what I know, it's one of the biggest festivals. It's like 3 days long. Oh, I cannot wait. Like, the outfits, the shoes, oh my god, I've been planning this for months. Just you wait, the photos are gonna be so good.
Oh yeah, no, I bet. And something interesting about the whole Pride world to me, and this is something to point out. I spoke about this with another guest of mine on the podcast, but something that they have done is actually very, very revolutionary. And I feel like we're going to be headed in that direction with the foot world in a lot of ways, as far as media goes, as far as getting people to back us up goes, and what have you. Like, think about what the Pride community has done in terms of implementing themselves into the mainstream and demanding respect and normalizing everything.
Absolutely. I think that this needs to be normalized. I think that along with, like, people having, like, foot fetishes or, like, financial kinks and, like, stuff like that, like, I think it should just be like, "Okay, cool." Like, you like dick, you like girls, like, whatever, like, same thing. Who cares? It's just, like, a thing that I like. Like, "Oh, I like soccer." Like, I like feet. Like, I don't think that it should be weird to talk about it at all.
Yeah, no, it totally should never be weird to talk about. See, the biggest barrier that stands in the way is that the powers that be, the people that run the main platforms that we see in the world, right? Instagrams, Twitters, just all of the
Mhm.
media, right? The television stations and whatnot. If they're not allowed to get their piece of the pie, then they're going to have all the issues with it, and they're never going to allow mainstream media to adopt it if they don't have a way to brand it, to make it theirs as well. So
Yeah,
they,
that makes sense.
yeah, but see, like what the Pride community did was that they said no, no, we're here and we demand respect. And so now what happens during Pride Month? Every single corporation and company, it's nasty behavior of them, but they use the Pride colors in all of
Oh,
their
yeah, we
branding.
accept the gays. It's allowed here.
Yep.
Literally everyone, anyone and everyone who can say that kind of stuff, they will. It's so funny.
Yeah. So do you identify as
I am bisexual.
alrighty? Shout out to that.
I'm in a straight relationship. I've been with my boyfriend for 4 years.
So you're in a
But
straight
yeah,
relationship. You've
I'm
been
in
with
a straight relationship, but I'm very gay.
and what is his take on all that? Like, how does he feel about that?
Um, he's a huge supporter of me. He highly cheers for me, and no matter what I do, like when I told him about this, like he was like, "That is really cool. Make your money, girl. Like I love you. You're awesome." So
Mm,
it's been awesome to have like a supporter in that, and like for like gay stuff, pride stuff. uh, He highly supports me. He doesn't care what I like or what I do, but, like, it doesn't, like, impact us. He doesn't go to Pride with me. Like, that type of stuff is more for me and my friends who also are gay, you know? Like, it's not really his scene, which I
mhm.
respect entirely.
Yeah, I've never met a guy who wouldn't be okay with their girl being into other girls.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty lucky thing. I heard a comedian talking about it just, like, yesterday, and he was saying, like, I mean, who would be mad to their coming home and their girlfriend is, like, just kissing another girl, like, "Oh, hey, guy."
I'd be like, hey,
Like,
what's
it's
up? Like, what's for dinner? Yeah, you want me to cook something? Like,
"You want me to join in? What's
or
going
join
on?"
in, even better. Yeah. See, that would be another fantasy for a lot of guys. That's why a lot of guys they go to, the websites that they go to, like PH, right? They go to those websites and
Oh,
yeah, she was like, what is PH?
don't worry
What
about
is
me.
oh my gosh. Well, we're gonna get you in on all of the acronyms by the end of this podcast. I got
Dude, clearly it's the acronyms that are, like, slowing me down, like, I'm confused.
Oh, by the way, everybody, this is God is Bunny. Like we skipped all the theatrical introductions and stuff like that. Just because I feel like it just keeps the conversation more natural, right? But
We're
this
just
is,
so chatty.
yeah, but she is obviously a very, very cool person. So God is Bunny.
Thank you.
And so why not Instagram? Because right now you're only on Twitter. Is there a reason for that?
Well, yeah, there is. So my living situation, I currently live with my family. I'm
Mhm.
only 23. I just quit my job. No one knows that I have a secret job. Um, but like I'm fairly confident in myself that I will make everything work out and it'll be fabulous. But while I was doing my job that I was doing, I did not want anyone to find out.
Yeah.
So I was more so staying private about it. But I have exciting news. I'm going to be starting an do I have to say OF? An OF. And I'm yeah, probably gonna start an Instagram. I think I'm gonna have to. You've kind of convinced me that it needs to happen.
Yeah, I mean, hey, why not? So that is exciting. So you're going to be starting an OF. It has a lot of people been
Yeah.
asking for the OF.
Um, I've had a lot of people ask like, "Oh, do you have one?" Yeah. And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, no, I don't." And I only made like my LF just maybe a month ago, so that's super new too. But that's been fabulous, amazing. Like, come see me. I'll like check my Twitter. I'm sure you'll have links and everything for us. But like, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's like more place to share like more content. Like, Twitter you get 4 photos. That's boring. I want to post 47 photos or like long content and fun videos and like it's just like giving me a chance to be like super creative and I've had so much fun with it so far. I'm really excited.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited for you because I know you're going to be
Thank
pumping a lot
you.
of great content. And I see you love to get dressed and have fun with
Oh my
different
god,
outfits.
yes.
Oh,
Like, how
okay,
many outfits do you think I packed for this? Like 12, but I picked this.
okay. She picked the workout outfit.
Well, I mean, this is a workout. I'm working out here. This is
You are
crazy
working out.
work.
I know this is totally a workout right now, and I see you got the cherry socks on. She's taking them off
Not
now,
for
guys.
long. Bye, cherry socks.
Oh my gosh! Now we gotta give the fellas a close up.
A close up.
All right, here we go, fellas. Like zoom it in. We'll get rid of my face, y'all. There you go.
You gotta
Boom.
get the bum and the feet.
You know, how
Oh,
about we just do a foot commercial right now, y'all? How about that? We'll just keep it on her for a second, and I will give you my spill. So this is the Pop Pod, episode 91. And if you have not yet, smash the like button, the like it button, subscribe if you have not already. And if you have, you should like maybe share this and tell a friend. God is Bunny's Twitter is Bunny38245351. So many numbers.
I had to fix
Goodness gracious. I was like entering her Twitter information on the screen and I was like, am I doing this right? It's like a phone number or something. Goodness
That
gracious.
means that somebody's listening.
Let's talk about that. Why so many numbers on your Twitter handle? Was that like an
That was
automatic
no, that
generated?
was a mistake. That was like, okay, when I made my account a long time ago, like when I first was like, oh, maybe I'll sell like feet pics, whatever. I think, or maybe it was from before that. I don't really know where it came from, but I know that it existed when I went to start this. I was like, oh, I have a Twitter. I can just use. Um, my online persona has always been Bunny, so that's just like what I've been known as for a long time. So I was like, okay, I'll go with that. And then we just ended up with a bunch of numbers, and I've been told before that I can just change it, but I'm like, "Is that gonna mess people up? Are people gonna, like, know who I am if I change my
I
ad?"
see what you mean. I see what you mean. I mean, you know, like if you did want to change it, I would say that probably better sooner than later because at a
Yeah.
certain point it probably will be too late. Like if you're like at a
Mhm.
100,000 followers and your username is bunny3824535,
It's
like
gonna be Bunny 38.
yeah, it's gonna remain that forever. But like if you change it now at 3,000 followers, then
Yeah.
you know I
That's
think you
definitely something I need to look into for sure. I totally forgot about it, actually.
hey, you know, take everything I say with a grain of salt, though. You know what I mean? Season it up a little bit. You know, I'm just talking. I'm just spitballing over here. So, interesting thing, your
Yeah.
family doesn't know about everything that you're doing on
No.
social.
No, I've told, like, coworkers and, like, friends, my boyfriend's friends. My boyfriend's mom knows, she thinks it's cool.
What is her take on it? Like when you guys talk about it, what does she say?
Well, he told her because he thought that she would think it was cool that I was making a lot of money and that maybe she would want to do it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
there's a
so it
market
just
for the MILFs and the Cougars too, though. And most definitely the MILFs.
listen,
I know a
she's a
lot of
MILF.
MILFs.
She is a MILF. I'm sure she's got nice feet. Like anyone could be doing this. Anyone who's got nice feet.
Yeah,
Okay, but listen, not anyone who's got nice feet. It's a lot of hard work to get into something like this.
that part.
And I hate when people don't talk about that. And I think that I want to like take a second and talk about it because there's a lot of like Insta DOMs and people coming from fucking TikTok and the internet and like other places and they're coming and they're saying like, "Oh, I want to get into like selling my feet pictures," or "Oh, I'm going to become a financial dominatrix." No, you're fucking not. Like unless you have got drive, unless you have got commitment, time, energy, compassion, the ability to weed out bullshit, like
Yeah.
it's a lot of hard work and you are going to meet a lot of people who do not care about you
Hmm.
and who are gonna mistreat you, who are gonna try to scam you, steal your money, ruin your life, take your identity. It is not a joke.
It
So,
really isn't.
anyone who wants to get into this, do your research. Talk
100%.
to a professional. Like, trust me, it took a lot of. It was a roller coaster, like to get here, but now I feel much better about it. You know, I've learned a lot of lessons. But
Absolutely.
if anyone is, like, looking to get into it, send me a message. Send someone with a high following a message and talk to them, please. Just get some inside scoop.
Come to the Goddess Bunny How to Course 101.
I would you know what? It wouldn't be a stupid idea to make one.
No, it wouldn't. Absolutely not. But you're
Would
right.
not.
So being that you got out of your vanilla job and
Mhm.
are now, a full-time
Full-time
findom slash
freedom.
foot model slash everything
Freedom.
else that you do, um, do you feel like you work more now than you did at your vanilla job?
Yeah, this is a 24/7 job, and that's basically why I feel like I had to leave because I didn't have time for this. Like, this takes all my time. And the only other thing that, like, I would have to worry about besides my job is, like, my relationship, my family, that kinda stuff. It's all still a lot. Like, my entire day today, as much as I'm trying to, like, relax, I'm at a hotel, I'm, like, gonna swim later. I like, don't stop. Like, I've got, like, outfits to, like, take photos and stuff and, like, make content. I'm gonna go live on OnlyFans later. Like, it's only gonna continue, like, growing, and there's only gonna continue being more. And I understand there's a lot of women who are, like, high up in the findom community who just, like, they took a different path than me, and they did things differently, and I highly respect that, but, like, it's not the same for me, and I do put a lot of work into everything that I do.
I bet you there's some guys watching right now that are like, I'm trying to be a sub to her.
Well, you know where to find me. My Twitter DM is
Oh,
always fucking open, but the one thing that I hate is when people come into your messages and they think that it's appropriate to talk to you without like sending like a little tribute, a little money, a little something to say like, "Hey, I'm a legitimate person who is like willing to buy off of you, who is going to be like good to you." Approach that way, please. Don't approach without because I'm sick of wasting my time, and most people won't even answer you, honestly.
yeah, most definitely. And I feel like sometimes, all right, so guys who question the whole tribute idea, I want to actually
Mhm.
talk about this because I talk with a lot of models and I talk with
Yeah,
a lot of people that are in this world, and I think that there's a misconception about the tribute, and a lot of guys are.
100%. And I have like two sides of it, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, well, the tribute, first of all, in my opinion, I think is great. All right, guys, don't tear me
Mhm.
down right now. Just listen and hear me out. The tribute is
I respect it.
because specifically of the time wasters and these
Yeah.
women, they have to cycle and filter through a lot
Mhm.
of time wasters. So it
100%.
doesn't have to be like a huge tribute, right? Like I know like as far as like price wise goes, like some models they have like their set amount and all that, and
Yeah,
that's
mine
where
is
we get into the
$30.
solid. But we'll
Yeah.
we'll,
It
we'll
used
we'll
to
get
be
to
lower
that.
when I didn't have as many followers, but then I was like, nah, anyone can send me 20 bucks and then still dick me around, like,
Yeah.
it
Yeah, yeah,
still
yeah.
happens, you know? And I feel like if someone's not willing to send me $30, they're not gonna be willing to send me 50 or 100 or anything else, you know?
Right. But let me ask you this, Bunny. Like, so when a guy sends a tribute, right?
Mhm.
Because I want to look at this from both sides of the field and
For
look out
sure.
for everybody. Like, so the tribute, once again, guys, it's to filter through the time wasters. And like I said, they have to deal with a lot. You have to realize that there's way more guys in their DMs than you. There's probably like 100 more, right, that they have to go through. So a
Yeah,
tribute, first
yeah.
and foremost, is going to highlight your message and is going to catch her attention first and foremost. So that's the point of the tribute. It puts you in the race. If you weren't in the race before, you're now in the race. Now, I think that sometimes, oftentimes, a lot of these gentlemen that are sending the tributes and wanting to catch the attention of the model or the findom, whatever she is in this scenario, I think
Mhm.
sometimes what the actual person, the guy, is looking for is not asked of, and they, immediately start calling them loser, start calling them, just demeaning
Mhm.
things. And I feel like sometimes there's a confusion with that as well, where they're not sure if this person even likes humiliation yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, and I feel like there's, like okay, I'll tell you about this. I was approached by someone who sent me $100 out of nowhere, and then I received a message, and he basically just said, like, "I'm looking for someone who I can, like, be serious with, who I can, like, actually talk to, like, have a committed, like, we talk every day type of thing, and I just wanted to approach you correctly so that you didn't feel like I was out here to waste your time." And
Mm,
then we had a big conversation about boundaries, rules in a way of, like, respect,
mm,
like, talked about, consent, talked about kink. We had this huge conversation that was opened up with the fact that he sent me tribute and approached me in such a kind, respectful manner. Now, if he
yeah.
would have sent me the $30 tribute, I would have responded in the exact same way. I would have given him that conversation. But I'm not willing to talk about that you like to suck on my toes
Mhm,
unless, like, you're paying me for this. And
mhm,
people will just approach and they'll send me a paragraph this long about how blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, excuse me? Like,
mhm,
or it's a picture of a penis or,
mm,
like, non-consensual, like,
yeah,
sexual things that I'm supposed to read this and then answer you? Like, sorry, say hello to me.
yeah,
If you say hello to me, I'll say hello. I'll have a
yeah,
5-minute conversation with you, no problem. No tribute required. There you
mhm,
go, have it. 5 minutes, but that's all you got, hun, okay? Because my time is not free. So if you wanna continue our conversation or you wanna talk about kink or you or say you're approaching me and you would like to just, like, say, like, "I really like your content. I'm broke. I have no money. I would like to, like, do something for you for free. Like, let me help you. Let me be beneficial to you because I can't give you money. Do
yeah.
work for me. Retweet my posts, like my stuff, whatever." There's ways to talk to me without money, and there's ways to, like, get respected by me, but I think if you're gonna come to me and you're gonna, like, wanna buy my content or spend time with me or see me on Skype, you need to send me some money. I think that's very fair.
And the way you just put everything was actually great, and it pretty much covered like all of the bases, really, to be honest. And I think that at the end of the day, there just has to be communication between both parties
Mhm,
so that both parties are happy. And guys, they want tribute so that your message is
mhm,
highlighted, so that the messages are filtered through. And guys, just want to have a little bit of respect too, but also deliver what their requests are or whatnot, and to have some kind of understanding. But I think that, as long as that communication is there, then both parties are happy in this scenario.
mhm. Communication is so important, like, all I can say is if, say, you wanna have a session, don't text me and say, "Let's have a session." What does that mean? I need some details. Tell me exactly what you want, what you expect from me. I'm not just a Barbie doll. I'm not
Yeah,
programmed. Like, you're gonna need to tell me, like, I'm willing and down and able to do what you're looking for, but I do need a bit of a description.
Mhm.
I'm gonna need you to tell me what you're looking for. I'm gonna need a little bit of details here on this, you know? So when that's
Yes.
openly communicated, you get hot fucking content. That's one thing. And
Yeah.
when you communicate in your relationship, say you have a long-term sort of thing, if you're communicating, "Hey, funds are low now this month, like we need to budget, like you need to talk about that. Like,
Yeah.
especially in like the FinDom world, like you can come into a new relationship and be like, oh, this guy's gonna buy me anything that I want all the time. No, he's not, honey. He's got bills, he's got a life. Like, you're gonna
Mm.
need to budget and talk to this person about like how much are you willing to spend on me? And when
Yeah.
they run out of money, you're not like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, you're supposed to do
Right.
more.
So
I
that
think it's so important.
you bring up something that triggers a question. So say the guy, he needs to budget and he's running out of money or whatever.
Mhm.
Like, do you feel like there needs to be more of an understanding with the findom, with the guy, with the client, as far as like
I
trying to figure out something that
Mhm.
works for both of them?
Yeah, you know what? I think yes. When it comes to long term, so someone who you talk to like almost every day, you have a almost like a relationship type of vibe, that should be like openly communicated. You should always know like if things are not good with finances and stuff, like 100%. Like if you're not able to discuss that with the person that you're with and tell them like, hey, like I'm running low, and for them to be able to say like, it's okay, I got you, like, you support me, you do all these nice things for me, I'm not gonna not talk to you today because 'cause you're not gonna pay for my lunch, like,
Right,
if
right,
you've got a good relationship with someone in Finland, I strongly believe, like, if they've got a good character, they're still gonna talk to you. Like,
right,
that's
right.
not a problem. It's not a big deal at all, like, you're gonna get another paycheck, and I'm gonna be right here to be spoiled, and I'm waiting, so I'm excited, like, I don't have a problem with that. You might not get as much of my attention as
Right.
when you're, like, taking me on a shopping spree, but that makes sense, right?
What's interesting about the whole findom world to me is that a lot of this is like really real life anyways.
Mhm,
Women in general, they go towards the men who could provide and
mhm.
bring stability, bring some kind of protection, comfort to their lives. And findom, when you think about it, that's kind of what is being sought out as well. Somebody who can provide, some, I guess they are the attention providers in this scenario for the
I
guys.
am literally a full-time girlfriend to a million guys.
That's kind of hot though, if you think
It
about it.
is
Like,
kinda hot. I
yeah,
love my job. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my job. It is so fun. It's a lot of work, and I've got to deal with a lot of different temperaments and feelings and kinks and thoughts, but, like,
yeah,
it's fun. I really, really enjoy it. Like, I enjoy, like, switching through different conversations, being like, "Alright, what's this gonna be
yeah,
about? What are we
yeah.
gonna do today?" Like, it truly excites me. I
Would you
really
ever would you ever meet up with any of these guys if it got far enough?
I I am more leaning towards the idea of starting with, like, simple cash meets and stuff, like, I know that that's not, like, super huge, but in, like, the UK, where Findom is humongous, like, absolutely
Mhm.
huge, I feel like everyone's either a goddess or a sub, like, that's the vibe over there, but, like, what was I saying?
We were talking about like, would you ever meet with any? Because you say like
Oh,
you
yeah,
a
uh,
full time girlfriend and you have a lot of boyfriends, and
yeah, 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 yeah. They do, like, cash meets, so say you, like say, like, "Okay, meet me at this location, and you can bring me cash," and that's it, you hand them cash, and then you leave, and that's a fucking pleasure to be able to, like, hand that woman in cash in her hands. I've also thought about, like, the idea of, like, "Oh, like, maybe you could, like, kiss my shoe." Maybe be lucky enough for that, but, like, the idea of people actually touching me? I don't know about that, we still, like, kinda in COVID world. I don't know.
see, this is why I
But
feel like. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm not against it. It's not, like, the worst idea ever, like, if someone was paying me good money, like,
Yeah.
touch my feet, whatever, give me $1,000, that's fine, I don't care.
See, everybody is just so different, and it is so interesting. This
Mhm.
is why I have a podcast, not because I know a lot, because I want to get to learn a
You
lot. You know?
wanna know a lot. You wanna learn a
Yeah,
lot.
absolutely, absolutely. And I be thinking of like, man, what would it be like to be a sub? Because I personally myself, I can't imagine myself being a sub. And like,
So you're a
even when
very
I'm,
dominant person?
I don't know, maybe, probably, I don't know.
You
Like,
don't know? What do you mean you don't know? You definitely know.
I just see, like, I'm putting myself in a scenario of meeting up with a findom. I feel like
Okay.
me, like my personality and who I am, like if I
Yeah.
first of all, like I don't know if I would put myself in that position or situation, but just
Mhm.
hypothetically speaking for shits and gigs, right? For fun. Like who I am, I feel like I would meet with her and immediately I would probably like I feel like I would like talk to her in a way that was like she would want to like stick around type of thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that I would just be like, here's the money and then all right, bye. Like
Yeah.
I would be a terrible dom. You know what I mean? Like I mean
Yeah.
a sub. I would be a
Just
terrible sub
tough, yeah.
because she would probably like I don't know. Now this is gonna sound way too
You'd
like
wanna spend
cocky.
time? Like, you'd wanna touch your feet?
This would sound too cocky and overly confident, but like
Tell me.
I just feel like I would be able to like I would probably be able to
Woo
woo her,
her?
and she would probably
Oh
forget
my
about her job. You know what
god!
I mean? No, I'm all right.
Can I
I'm
tell
just
you
being
something? Can I
but
tell you something? As someone who has a boyfriend, who loves her boyfriend, who talks to guys in pretty crude ways sometimes,
mhm,
I don't give a fuck about those conversations because I'm going home to him.
right.
He's the one that I love. You could touch my feet, you could do whatever you wanted to my feet. I'm going home to him. He's who I love, you know?
All right.
Like,
So
and I would imagine that a lot of women in this community, they do have boyfriends. They do have significant others. So, as much as you think that you could woo them, not necessarily. And also, a lot of doms are very fucking powerful women who would not let you woo them. That's why they do what they do because 'cause
I
they're
probably
good at
just put out like a
controlling
challenge
men.
that I put out like a challenge just now to a whole bunch of fin downs. Now they're gonna be like, oh yeah, all right,
Oh,
motherfucker.
yeah? "Take me out for dinner. Try to woo me, boy."
But all right, so but I'm glad that I brought that up because now I'm thinking about from your boyfriend's perspective, or just any
Mhm,
boyfriend of a findom in general, right?
mhm.
As they got to be thinking in the back of their head, like you could be the most secure person in the world. Cause I know I am. And my wife, she does foot modeling and she talks to a lot of guys
Mhm.
too, all the
Yeah.
time. I'm never worried about, can one of these guys like win her over to the point where she wanted to leave me? Like, I doubt it. You know what I mean?
Highly
Uh,
unlikely.
highly unlikely. Like,
Yeah.
dude is going to have to be Thor or something. You know what I mean?
Me and
Like,
my boyfriend laugh about it, like and I
yeah.
think that that's kind of what some of these subs think is so hot, is the fact that me and my boyfriend laugh about it.
Hmm.
Or they're gonna buy us dinner, and that's hot to them. They like, my birthday dinner was paid for by a sub because they wanted to pay to my boyfriend not to have to worry about it. They were like, I'm paying for you 2 to go out to dinner. Don't worry about it." Or like, I'll pay for you guys to have drinks," or whatever, like, there's lots of cucks out there, and they
True,
love it. They
true,
love
true,
the
true.
boyfriend scene.
Um,
They love the fact that I'm taken. That's so
True, true,
hot.
true, true. And I think they like that about my wife too. They like that she's
Mhm,
taken, and they like the fact that she's my wife,
mhm.
and that they can request like specific content and things like that. And I think that
Yes.
gets them. You know what I mean? And now let's get into the psychology of it all, right? A little bit, like
Psychology.
a little bit of psychology of it, right? Like, so those
Okay.
guys, they feel like they like it more because you're taken and you're somebody else's person.
Yeah.
And
That
so
makes sense.
they're like, oh, like the fact that it's almost like, I mean, you're not cheating on them, but they might have that
But to
feel.
him, but to the sub, it feels like it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. But, like, not even necessarily that, I don't fully understand the idea of, like, cocks and why they like that kinda stuff, but, like, guys will watch their wives get fucked by other men because they're like, "That's hot to me." So, I
Yes.
get it.
I
Like,
don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could watch
I
another
could
guy
not do
without
that. If
my wife.
anybody laid their hands on my boyfriend, I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
Which
Oh,
is so funny. I am such the jealous type. I'm so lucky he's not.
oh, if I yeah, no, Mama Goods is too. Like she I'm scared of her. I'm scared of her for real. For real.
That's
Like
hilarious. I believe you.
I'm lucky she lets me do a podcast where I talk to hundreds of women, you know.
How long
you
has
know.
she been doing it?
She actually she's newer, honestly. Like she started,
Ooh,
yeah, like all right, so she hopped on episode 1 of the podcast and
really?
yeah, because I didn't have any guests yet and
That's
I
so
was just
cool.
I was just starting the podcast. So she hopped on episode 1 and just from there, requests started coming in like, man, does she make content? Does she do pictures? And then she just kind of casually started an Instagram and then, it just kind of went from there. And
Things went from there, and that's how it starts.
probably like 4 months now, so not that long.
Really?
Mhm.
I've only been doing it since. Do you know why I started doing it? I got COVID and I got locked in my house, and I was like, "Well, what the fuck am I gonna do? I can't see my boyfriend. I can't do anything else. I'm gonna take feet pics."
Dang.
Yeah, for real. And I started out on like I feel like it was like Reddit, and I was like, just like trying to like peer into this world of the unknown. Like I knew nothing,
Yeah.
and that's why I feel like people who get into this do some damn research, do some looking, okay? Because like you don't know what's going on when you first come in. There's all these like abbreviations, which we know I'm terrible at. So
Hey, I'm
much
still
going on
learning
that you're
too.
like,
Yeah, I'm still learning too. Are you on Reddit at all?
no, because I don't know how to use it. I well,
No,
like
nobody really does really. Honestly, I'm still trying to learn. I have a Reddit profile, but like you have to post in subreddits and kind of grow yourself in those
yeah,
communities. Like
it's like
really
you have to like be known with I'm like, I don't got time for that.
we both should make a vow to each other that we need to make time for Reddit because it's a huge platform.
We should make our own like little Reddit page.
Say no more. We're gonna promote this podcast episode on Reddit, like a
Let's
lot.
do it. Let's do it. That'd be so
Let's
much
do it.
fun.
I,
Do you
I
know
want
what else I don't know how to do? What's that other one?
to cook.
There's like findom shit going down on this. I don't know what it's called. I cannot remember.
Hey, you missed what I just said.
Discord. What did you say?
Discord. All right, we're gonna clip this part. All right, say that again. You want to know what else I don't know how to do? Just say that again.
No, don't clip it. That's even funnier.
Come on, no. Do us a solid. Come on, we got a clip. Come on, let's get some acting going. Let me see you act a little bit.
I'm a terrible actor.
Say, say. Do you want to know what else
What?
I don't know how to do? Just say that.
Oh my god. And do you know what else I didn't know how
Oh shit. She said,
I told you, don't put me under pressure.
oh
Do you know what
gosh.
else I know how to do? Fucking Discord. Not at all.
I was gonna say, oh, so you said you want to know what else I don't know how to do, and I said cook. I was just playing. I swear, I was just playing.
You little shit. I know how to cook, kinda. Some things.
All right, what do you know how to cook?
Don't put me on the spot. I make really nice
Eggs and
pasta and
macaroni and cheese.
shrimp.
Duh.
No, I don't make eggs. Eggs are gross. My boyfriend likes eggs. Ew. No. I don't know. I like pasta. I cook a lot of pasta. That's for sure.
Yeah, lasagna,
Yeah.
pasta. Pasta's easy.
Not
Pasta's easy.
really lasagna. Pasta's not easy if you're making like a homemade sauce.
Uh huh.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess if you're lazy, it's not easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I no.
Okay, I've been called out enough. I can't cook. Whatever. What else? And I can't do Discord. Thank God.
But what you can do though is figure out how to dive into social media and use it to your advantage, in a way that
Sure.
benefits you and others, right?
Mhm.
Because you see the bigger picture. You see where this world is headed, which is the digital space.
Oh,
Everything
for sure.
everything is going digital, whether everybody likes it or not. We're in
Yeah.
2022. We can now have full on businesses on the internet, full on relationships with people on the internet. And the people who realize that now and realize that the old way of living, which was have a vanilla job, go to college, do all that, that is out now.
Yeah.
It really
My
is.
brother my brother is 18 and, like, everyone around him, like, all these older people are like, are you going to college? Are you going to university?" He's like, "Why?" He already has a business online. Why? Why? Why waste his time, money? College is a waste of time at this like,
I,
it seems like it's not worth it unless you're doing like, gonna be a doctor or some crazy shit.
but even that, I know girls who are selling pictures of their feet making more than doctors.
I know people who are training to be nurses who are selling their feet pics because it costs so fucking much to be a nurse. Have you
Facts.
seen these nurses? These nurses are out here.
Yeah, these nurses be fine though. Like got
They
me.
are. Holy shit.
I'm gonna go get a checkup every
They
other
look
week.
even better in the blue than I do. Come on.
I know. I know. Blue is your color. That's a good color.
Oh, thanks. And I think purple's my color. I got my nails done. Is it
All
purple?
right.
Oh, wait. Can you
You got.
like appreciate the toes are matching?
Let me.
Let me
we might as
see.
well just do a foot marshal right now. Actually, I don't know if you realize yet, but the foot marshal is like kind of popular on the podcast. So let's see the petty again. It's like the same color as the nails.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm trying.
How the heck do I do this backwards?
There you go. Yeah. So, yo, smash the like button if you have not yet. And remember, www.daddygoods.com is live, building it more every day. Just drop your emails in there so that you can stay up to date. I know it ain't much right now, but I'm trying to do some write-ups on these guests that I have on my podcast. I'm trying to keep you all updated with future episodes. And also episode 100 is not that far away. So, planning for a dope episode for that. Maybe have Goddess Bunny drop in and say what's up, trying to have like a whole bunch of people on there. So
That would be so cool. Podcast 100. Are you excited?
yeah, I'm pretty excited. I tell you
This
what,
goes
because
fast.
podcasting also is a full-time job, right?
I'm sure it is.
And
Promoting
uh-huh,
art, digital editing. I can't imagine.
all of it,
Honestly, I
all of it.
can't.
And like my position is that I want these episodes to do well, not just for me, but I want the guests on this podcast to get tons of exposure. So, like
Yeah,
that's my goal. If you
that's
win, I
awesome.
win. You know what I mean? And
I
then
love that. It's so awesome to have like neutral characters in the
yeah,
like community who are just like here to promote and benefit other people. Like I've met a few people who do like Twitter promo. Like that's like what they do on Twitter is
yeah.
they help shout out girls. And all I can say is, damn, you are working hard. And these guys who are out here running like Findom engagement group chats and stuff, like shout out. Like that's it's all hard work, man, isn't it?
It really is. And like another thing about doing a podcast is that you have to talk when you don't feel like talking. You have to dig deep for more topics to keep the content interesting, all those
Mhm.
things, and I tell everybody, if a podcast can get past 10 episodes, I'm shocked because I know what it takes to have a podcast. And
Yeah.
so it's interesting. And just like what you do, like you would probably be shocked if people can make it up to where you are right now, I'm sure.
Because I know the road that I had to take to get here, I feel like that is 100% true. Like I truly spent like because I was working, I would spend like my lunch breaks. I would get home from working an 8-hour job and I would work until midnight, till 1 o'clock in the morning. Like I would take photos, I would do everything, and I just realized like this is too much work. Like I cannot do this. I don't know who has like who like does like online businesses where they sell stuff, and I don't know how they do it. Like I actually don't know how they do it. Like physical product, like I'm selling you these shoes.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. I couldn't. I couldn't.
I
I
bet you.
couldn't imagine.
I bet you some guy would buy those shoes.
Oh, listen, hit me up. I've got lots of stuff for sale. I do it all. I'm
Yeah.
very, very, very willing to negotiate. I'm willing to create some fun content for you. And I love new fun ideas and things that people haven't done before. I find that really
You said that like you were filming a piece of content right now.
exciting. Everything is content. Everything.
Everything you're saying it. You're saying that right now. Everything is content.
Everything is content.
Like imagine if you had a camera
Picture of the
on you.
socks on the chair, content.
Content. Yeah, you might as well hold the socks up to the screen. Let's give everybody a close up of those. See, that's content right there.
Content. Mwah, love it.
Do you think self worship is hot?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that if these women in these positions didn't worship themselves, they wouldn't be looked at the same way. You know, like
Hmm.
I feel like that's part of the appeal to me is the fact that I know that I'm hot as fuck. I know that I'm like I've got a good attitude, like I've got a good personality. I know these things, and yeah, I do worship myself. Like yeah, I know I have nice feet. That's why I do this. I think
That's
it's
amazing.
hot. I do.
It is hot. I think the guys think that it's super hot too. It's like one of the probably best parts of content right there. I know when I first saw it, I was like, oh wait, no way, is she really doing that? And I was like, oh, that's a thing though. And then I think that it's just one of those pieces of content that it's just like chef's kiss. You know what I mean? Every single
There's
time.
there's nothing like a good reaction to good pics. Like that's the best feeling is when you work really hard on something and it gets like a good response. That's so exciting.
What would you say your best response has been as far as any of your content has gone?
Um, okay, so I think a lot of girls can speak for this in this community. You will have off days, you will have great days, and you will have days that out of nowhere, some random person is going to approach you and they are going to ask for something or they're going to give you something, and it's literally going to be like, holy shit, like I did not see that coming. Like it feels like my birthday half the time. Like it's
Mhm.
exciting, it's surprising, like I don't know. I feel like I have so much more confidence than I did when I started this. Like I feel better about myself. I feel better about my appearance. I feel better about my body. Like I truly feel like this has been like so positive for me.
I think that people discovering the power within themselves is a secret weapon that those who are in the power and in control of most of the world, they didn't want us to figure this out. They didn't want us to figure out that we can do all this stuff on our own.
Yeah, absolutely not. Because we have way too much power as individuals and people just don't harness it. That's
Hey,
just it.
Jeff Bezos, by the way,
Yeah.
right? Richest guy in the world, right?
Hmm.
That guy's living the life right now.
I wonder if he likes feet.
He probably does. He's
He
jacked
probably
too.
does.
He's jacked. Like he hits weights. He must be on steroids or something like that.
That I wouldn't be surprised. I
I,
feel like lots of people do that shit. It's
He'd probably
gross.
be the best sub for Findom chicks ever.
Oh my god, buy me an island, daddy.
You know how many guys he probably went up to like, hey, I'm trying to sleep with your wife, but I'll pay off your house. The guy's probably like, have her.
Go for it. Have at it. Have 2 rounds if you want, hun. Oh my god, that's so
I'll be
funny.
like, a million cash, house paid off, and you got yourself a fucking deal. You know what I mean?
That is so funny. I
Is
feel
there
like yeah, money money makes people do a lot of crazy things. That's
all
for
right, so
sure.
let me ask you this then,
Hmm.
because you know We've talked about a lot on the podcast so far. We're about 50 minutes in right now. And I know
Wow, we
you
love
got
chatting.
and I know you got tons of things that you want to be doing there at the place you are right now. A lot of
I've
content to film. You're
got
going live on
partying to do.
you're going live on LF at some
Going
point.
live on LF. I'm going swimming later. I'm seeing my boyfriend. Cox, come and spoil us.
Shout out to her boyfriend, by the way, for
Shout out to my
being supportive.
boyfriend.
Shout out to you. The world needs guys like you, so respect. But I gotta ask you though, is
Hmm.
money everything?
No, absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, I would rather spend the day with my boyfriend than work.
Hmm.
Because I know
Absolutely.
that I could spend the day tweeting and making content and doing all this. I would rather go like do what I'm about to do with him now, like go swimming and hang out and just like spend time with my boyfriend who I love, who I've like spent all this time committing to. Absolutely. I feel like friends and family and experiences come before money. But the sad thing about that is experiences a lot of the time you're gonna need some money.
Okay, so aside from the job of being a findom
Mhm.
and being a model, all those great things, for
Mhm.
you, what's more valuable than the whole fantasy is just being able to do the things you love outside of work, spend time with your boyfriend, and enjoy the fruits of your labor, and just
Uh What do you mean? Like, I wanna travel. I really wanna just, like, get out there and, like, grow myself, like, I know there are so many opportunities, like, you went on and you made a podcast, like, that's so cool, like, realizing that, like, there are people who will watch a podcast like this and, like, enjoy it, like, you obviously have viewers, like, this is we're in the 90s now, you're about to hit 100, like, that's crazy, and that just shows that, like, if I wanted to do something crazy like that, I could, and it's
most
possible.
definitely.
So, I
uh,
feel like every single day, more doors open for me and
You
more
should make a
opportunities.
YouTube channel. You should vlog because everything is content. Remember,
Everything is content, but, like, do you think someone would want to see the life of someone who is a findom and who makes feet content? I mean, I guess it'd be
yeah,
interesting.
absolutely, absolutely, they would.
That's so weird, I never
Because
thought about that.
well, think about this right here. And by the way, before I say what I'm about to say now, um, what I meant by those questions I was asking about money and stuff, I just want people to know that there's much more to you than just what they
Oh,
see on a surface level.
absolutely.
I want them to know that you're somebody who is
Listen,
not all
I am someone who loves animals. I love making art. I love children. Like
hmm
I'm a full person. Like if you want to get to know me and you're looking for a companion, you're looking for someone to be your friend. Like I got you. I'm your girl. Like 100%. I'm everything that you could want in a girl. That's what I truly think.
I love that right there. And so moving on, I wanted to say, as far as people being interested in, your life, a findom slash foot model,
Hmm.
absolutely they'd be interested in that because look at this podcast, right? People
Hmm.
more than likely are surfing YouTube looking for feet to look at, right? And then they
That's
come
so
across
funny to me. Like,
then
before I knew that people were into feet, like, it's just so weird now, I can't look at a foot the same. Like, life is just different now that
I
I
know.
know.
Trust me, I'm with you on that. Like I am like so into it now. Like it's crazy. Like everything else is boring to me. I don't want to see nothing else on my timeline. I'm like, wow. I'm like really into this now. You know what I mean? Not in like a
Well,
obsessive way. Like I don't look at
no.
me like so. There's guys who look at feet and they're just like, and then there's guys who can control themselves. Probably like I'm a guy who I control myself, and most
Yeah.
definitely when I'm on my podcast, like business pleasure, like I separate the
Yes.
both like a motherfucker.
Mhm.
And besides that, I'm
You
married. So,
got to.
but
Especially in this situation, just all of a sudden gaga eyes for feet, like, that's not gonna work. You just you gotta make sure everything's running smoothly.
but I think that the viewers they love to hear that too because, and
Mhm.
especially the people who are into this world, into feet and stuff like that, they would hate the fact if I was sitting here having a podcast and I wasn't into feet.
Oh my god. Yeah. They
So
would. They'd be like, "Why you do that?"
exactly. So where was I headed with this? Okay, so they're surfing YouTube, right? Looking for
Mhm.
feet to look at, looking for
Looking
pretty
for
girls,
feet.
whatever the case may be. And then they come across the Daddy Goods POF pod, right? And now they're watching it and they're talking about other stuff other than just feet. Oh, now
Yeah.
they're sitting there looking for a while. Like if they didn't like already like get to the part, skip to the part they wanted and do what they had to do, right? And then they're listening to a conversation. They're getting to know the model, the guest
They're
on the pod.
investing time.
And now they didn't even realize they just unlocked something new that they're into. And so where I'm going with that is if you were to have some kind of vlog or some kind of YouTube channel showing your life a little bit more, like even if it is with your boyfriend or eating food or whatever the case may be, they're coming for the
The
feet, the femdom
personality.
side, the personality, but then they're getting to know you more, and now they're into it. It's just like if
Mhm.
you watch a reality TV show, right? Like you're watching a
Yeah,
reality TV show probably because you like drama, but now you also like the people on the show.
for sure. I mean, that makes total sense. I mean, the more that we talk about it, the more that I'm like, a reality TV show about me, that would be a hit.
So people they turn on the TV because they like basketball and
Mhm.
they love basketball, but now they're following LeBron James on social media because they like who he is as a father,
Ooh.
as an entrepreneur. You get what I'm saying?
They like who got as funny as when she gets her pizza at midnight and records about.
Yeah. Yeah. So like all of
No, I'm
those,
joking. I do more exciting things than eat pizza at midnight.
never mind, don't make a channel. No, I'm kidding. Well, all right. Well, thank you, Goddess Money, for being on the podcast and hanging out.
Thank you for having me. I had so much fun.
Well, I'm glad that you were on the podcast, spent some time with us, and I'm sure everybody watching enjoyed themselves as well. Shall we foot march our way on out of here?
Ooh, I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great way to end the show.
And is there anything you would like to tell your fans and new fans?
Um, Thank you. Thank you for everything that you have given to me, done for me, and helped me grow. I'm excited for more, and don't stop following, and don't stop sharing, and don't stop enjoying my beautiful fucking feet. Because truly, that's what makes the world better. Goddess Bunny and her perfect feet.
Hey. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you smash that like button once again. I gotta keep on saying it because, like, sometimes y'all forget. I'll be
Hit the
having like,
like button. Hit it.
thousands of views and like 200 likes. That's gotta stop. We gotta get to 1,000 likes. All right. Remember, that helps the podcast. That drives in more viewers. That drives in more everything. Which means this podcast continues and gets bigger, larger, more guests, and more fun. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you follow Goddess Bunny on Twitter. I think she's gonna have an IG later, maybe.
I think you've convinced me.
She said that like 3 days ago, though, so I don't know. We'll see.
I've only had 3 days to think about it.
I'm just messing with you. Oh man, good looking. So, all right, don't go nowhere, Bunny. I'm in the broadcast. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Yeah, out.